This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so coming to this, the slide which I've presented here in the window, so which says that how the environment we have given to the students. So before that, I've already explained it, high-end technologies. So then we started it 4.5 years back, and then we placed more than 200 and plus students. It's more than 250 plus students now. So then this is the 44th batch. So then I've successfully completed 43 batches as now. So now this is the 44th batch. So then yeah, so this is the 44th batch. So then here I've presented as one slide which you can able to see that there is a user is there, there is some servers is there. So blah blah things are there. So then I can explain it to you this very clearly. So people who are working like in the IT sector, so they can able to do the work from home also, they can able to do something else also, right? So whenever the user, like for example, I'm working one of that organization, so then today I'm not going to the office and then I can able to connect from home. So then how I'm connected. So then most of the applications is not into the your location where you are working. So for example, I'm working one of the company and then my servers, so whichever the servers I'm working, those servers are not into the same place where I'm sitting. So those servers will be somewhere in US or somewhere in UK or somewhere in India itself, like somewhere in Mumbai or somewhere in Bangalore, but it is not the place where I'm sitting it. Okay, so here also the same thing will be there. So this is the user. The user can able to connect the two ways. One is external, one is internal. So if it is an internal, so then directly this user going to the office and then he connect to the direct server. See, this is the server. This is the servers where end user is working. Okay. The same scenario, the user can able to connect from outside. So for example, today I'm working in a working from home. That case, so then I can connect to the internet, either my mobile data or I can use of any of this one broadband, whatever it is. So then this particular connection will go on here to my high-end technologies router, which is defined here in this place. And then this router will be connecting to the VPN server. So we have one more server here. This VPN server will be connecting to the exact servers where we need to do the work. Okay, which means, which I can say here, so there is a different types of systems are there where we are going to working in the real time. So we are, so obviously everyone, so once you join into any of organization, so they will give you one desktop. Either it is in a desktop or it is in a laptop nowadays. Either it is in a desktop or it is in a laptop. So then if it is in a desktop, obviously, so they will configure everything. So then if it is in a desktop, you are here and then you can connect this way, because you cannot able to carry your desktop to anywhere, right? So the same way, if they assign you laptop, so then you can connect either from external or you can connect from internal. So then if you are trying to connect from external, you need your VPN server. Okay, you need your VPN server. The request comes, the request goes to the router first, and then the router will be sending that request to the VPN server, and then the VPN server will be connecting to the VMs. VMs in the sense where exact your servers are trying to connect. This is the high level infrastructure. So then if you go of any organization, will be similar type of activities you can able to find it. Will be similar type of activities you can able to find it. Okay, so here also what I did it here, whatever the whoever the students are joined with me, they don't want to feel that I'm learning a technology from Harish. They have to feel that okay, I'm working with high-end technologies. Okay, so this is the environment. For that itself, I built this environment 2 years back. So now the students feel that even students doesn't know that what is in a VMware and then what is the other things. But the students who was there previously, they used to do everything over their local laptops, local hosts and that. So then that time what they feel that okay, so that I'm just doing a practical sessions like that. But now the students are feeling that okay, so I'm not doing any practical sessions. How I'm going to do the work once I get a job? The same type of activities I'm performing now itself. So they feel like that. Okay, for that we made this infrastructure. So then once you, I mean, once will moving forward, like the next class and next class. So then we are going to give you an access for these servers and all. So then we will create your username and passwords. Either you can connect wherever you want. So it is not required to do the practical session only from the institute. So previously, like hope you know that Neresh Technologies or the Satya Technologies, so which is popular technologies. What they will do once the class completed, so they will assign you one place. So then where you can do your practical session. But here also, I'm not going to assigning you any physical desktop, but I'm assigning you logical machines, so which you can able to access from over the internet itself. Okay, so that type of infrastructure we built it. So this is the same type of infrastructure where I'm working in my current organization. So once you get job also, you are going to do the work inside organization. This is the same type of infrastructure. So we have already built it this one. Okay, so then you can feel that okay, you are not learning a technology from high-end technologies. You are working a one of the technology in high-end technologies. You can feel like that after a few practical sessions. You can feel like this. Okay, so this is about the infrastructure of high-end technologies. So that's the first level. So then whenever we are starting any of technology to learn, so first we need a basic. So then why does technology? Okay, so here you can see that the user here, the user is going to use the putty. So putty is nothing but a tool to connect to the servers. Okay, so then we are most of the cases working with the Linux boxes. Hope so. If you are not aware that Linux boxes also, don't worry. So then we can start from the scratch. So even the Linux commands and the other activities and all, so then we will start from the scratch. So basically, Linux is secure than the Windows operating system. At least this you know. Okay, so then how the iPhone and then how Android. So iPhone doesn't allow any Bluetooth, right? iPhone doesn't allow any sharing, right? Okay, it's the same way here also. Linux is in a very much secured operating system comparing to the Windows operating system. So then if you want to connect your Linux operating system from your Windows, so then we are going to use this putty session. Okay, so this putty tool, it's not session, it's putty tool. We can just enter that putty and then so this is like a putty. This is a tool called as a putty. So then we are going to entering that server name 10.0.0.102. Okay, so maybe it's down. Okay, so like that we are going to enter it. So this is the putty tool. This is the tool where you just enter your host names, means this IDs. So here we have some VMs like Linux servers. So these servers IP addresses you have to enter this place, so then you can directly connect into this servers, either external or internal. Okay, so this is the way we can able to connect. So now coming to this prerequisites to learn. So you need to come from any technical background. It is not a mandate. So don't worry about any technical background. So if you have any technical background, that is get advantage to learn this particular technology. If not, also not an issue. So then even there is a number of students who doesn't even know that Java, who doesn't even know that even IT also. Then I place them and then they're working for more than 3 years now. Okay, so then even one of my student got as the best employee award one of the year. So then, so that type of way I can teach to the student. So then whoever are coming to me, so that obviously I just asked you people also. So then you are zero now. Okay, you doesn't even know that what is in a web logic. You doesn't even know that what is in a web sphere. You doesn't even know that what is in a middleware at least. Okay, but I make you 100% once you leave from me. Okay, so that is guarantee I can able to. Blindly you can trust me on that. Okay, so the second one is that you are interest about that the middleware. It's not only the web logic, the middleware, either the web sphere or GBoss or whatever you want to learn it. So the first thing is in your interest. See, today I'm going to teach you something, but the same thing if you just try to search something in the Google or wherever you want, so then you will get some idea. Okay, so then he teach this one. So then, so I've searched this one. So then comparing to this, okay, so this is I understand it. So this is the way. So then I need to going forward like that. So then that is your interest. Okay. So then if you are putting some interest, so that is best way you can able to get a job as much as quickly. Okay. So Java knowledge is an advantage. So then if you are in a Java background, that is more advantage on this learning of the web logic or learning of the WebSphere or learning of any Java J2EE based application server and not in a mandate through. So it is not required as in a mandate. So then without the Java language, people also we place it in a students. Rough idea how web applications works. So most of the cases, whenever we access any particular application like www.gmail.com or www.facebook.com, www. some whatever the .com. So that at least you need to know that why, how, whether it is in a web application or whether it is an application server. So at least you just need some idea. So if it is not also, so then we will start from the scratch side. So even we don't worry about that web applications part. So then we are starting from this part. So then the self-learning ability, you can learn it using Google Docs, YouTubes, and other sources from the internet. So this is again your interest. So we have done the class, and then if you are say going to the beach and then if you sleep it, so that doesn't work. So the same thing, at least here the 1 hour or 1.5 hour class. So then if you just put half an hour of time to spend into the Google or any blogs or any YouTube channels and all, so then you can able to find it out. So then you can read something. So like that we have our two middleware blogs are there. So one is in a hint middleware, this is from HINTechnologies. The second one is WebLogic for you, this is from my side. So this is the two blogs which I am running now. Okay, you can find it out a number of things here. So then even this WebLogic for you will help you that what exactly the class content and all everything I've already placed it here. This is our two blogs. Okay, so here I've placed WebLogic for beginners. The similar way WebSphere also is there in the other tab. So these are the first understanding and introduction, installation, and configuration management. All these things, the step by step. So then we are going to read up to this one. Okay. So this and all I can able to help you to understand in deep. Then the hint middleware also is there. So this is blog, it's purely related to the higher technologies. So what are the technologies we are teaching? So all these technologies will present it here. Okay, so then here you can able to find it out WebLogic, WebSphere, GWAS, and then if you search the more, so then you can able to find it out the other technologies as well. Okay, so this is one more blog we have. So this is for purely this one, high-end technologies. Okay. So apart from this, there is a number of blogs out there who are, experts written the blogs. So this is my way. I've written this one. So there is a number of experts are there in the market, right? So then they've already write a number of blogs. So then you can able to find it more there as well. Okay. The main thing is in a self-learning ability. So this is very much required. So if you just leave the class, so then aram se going sleeping and whatever the activities you are doing, so that doesn't work. So that once you'll get in a free time, at least half an hour of time or 1 hour of time if you are spending daily. So then that is very good way you are learning it, any technology, not only this one, any technology. Okay. So now the third one is an SDLC architecture. So this is very much very important as a IT engineer. Okay, software development lifecycle. So whenever any requirement comes to the your company or whoever it is, so the client will come into the picture. So for example, myself, I'm a client. I have that crores of rupees amount with me. So then I'm starting one business. So the business name called as a name, abibus.com is there, redbus.com is there, like that, Flipkart or so whatever the cards are there, like that I want to start my hint card, high technologies card. Okay, so this case, what I'm going to do, I don't have developers with me, I don't have testers with me, I don't have administrators with me, I don't have anything, but I have the budget. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going one of the company who can able to help me all these cases. So then I'm going to one of the company. So what I'm going to give it, so the requirement I'm giving to the company. So that this is what I'm looking at. This is what I'm looking at, that's the requirement. So now the people come into the picture. So what they will do, okay sir. So then we were charging for this much of amount. So then you can able to pay this much of amount. So then our designers will be there So who can able to develop your code, and then our implementation team is there who can able to implement testing your code, and then our testing team is there who can able to test in a different scenario, and then our evaluation team is there who can able to move your code into the internet. Okay, so which means that one particular requirement comes to the project, so they will do in a different way analysis. So there is an architectures will come into the picture. So what they will do, they will prepare that. Okay, so then what type of application servers I need to use it, what type of web servers I need to use it, what is the capacity for this application servers or web servers. So that and all they will mention into the requirement analysis. So next it is going to the design phase. In the design phase, the technical people will come into the picture. So technical developer. So then he will be writing the code. Okay, so this code will be the standards. This is the standards of code, and then this is the way we need to implement the code and all. So they will design the code and then they will implement it. So thereafter testers will be there. So now manual testers are there, automation testers are there. So like different testers are there. So those people will be whatever the code has been implemented by the developer, that code will be testing by the testers. That's correct, right? So once the testing has been done, so then it is moving to the next level, which means everything is perfect. So then we will inform to the client also saying that, so then whatever the requirement you have given to me or to us, so that requirement is perfectly working fine. You can check it your side. So then we will move it into the release. Like release in the sense how we are using applications now, that's the way they will release. Okay, so now it is going to the evaluation. So which means it is in a production environment. So this is the SDLC architecture. So whenever any new requirement comes, that new requirement comes into these three. So for example, the old requirement itself is there. So then do you see that how the Facebook.com was there on 2010 and 2009? It is entirely the web, the welcome page was different, and then the other pages was different. But now it is fully changed. It is more than 100% the changes has been made. Again, this already in a production environment, in a live, but again the new requirement given by the this one, the Flipkart, whoever it is. So that is comes to the design, implementation, testing. This is very important. SDLC architecture. Software development lifecycle architecture we are calling. So this is very much very important. Okay, so as per for WebLogic admin, not WebLogic, some middleware admins. Okay. So coming to the Java, so most of our application servers, WebLogic or WebSphere or JBoss or Tomcat and Glassfish. So OC4J also there. Most of our application servers built with Java J2EE technology. So then why Java J2EE technology in the sense? It is in a platform independent. So then if you know that, so most of the cases you BTech, right? So then either the final year or before the third year, so that you see that C, C++, and then Java language, right? C, C++ is machine dependent. Java is in a machine independent, which means I can develop my code on this machine, and then I'm going to run the same code in the other machines also. That would be possible on the Java. So when you go to the C, C++, it is not a machine independent, it is a dependent. So wherever you are running the code, the same code will be running there. Okay, so this is the machine independent, and then it is an object-oriented programming language. Expect as in a primitive data types. All elements in the Java are an objects. So object is nothing but one single system. So for example, when you are playing any games and also there is any bullet. So then once we click the bullet will be released. So then the bullet will be released and then it is ending to the, it is hitting to the other way. So then this bullet is one object. So then it will hit to the other object. So these are not objects. So that this is not slow. It is very much faster than. So then your Java is a very much faster language compared to the other languages. Okay, it is strongly tied to programming language. So we are not going to copy paste this one. So then whoever the Java experts are there in the market, so they are writing the Java language on the typical type. Okay, it is interpreted and compiled the language. Okay, which means that Java source code is transferred into the bytecode format, which does not depend on the target platform. Okay, so once the developer has been written a Java code, that Java code I can able to run it on any platform. Okay, runtime your Java, runtime Java compiler will be compiling that particular code. Okay, so this bytecode instructions will be interpreted by the Java virtual machine. It's depend on the JVM. The JVM contains a so-called as an hotspot compiler, which translates a performance critical bytecode instruction to native code instructions. Okay, basically, your machines cannot able to understand any Java. So machine can be understanding only the binary language. So in that scenario, your Java will give you one compiler, Java virtual machine there. JVM is there, right? So the Java virtual machine will be creating runtime, and then automatically it will be executing the code whichever you are trying to execute, and then it will be compile your code. So that is happening with the interpreted and compiled language. So then automatic memory management. So when you see into the Java, so there is a garbage collection. One best feature has been added from the Java. So what exactly it will happen? Whoever the developer are developed by the code, if they have used that open brackets or close brackets, and there is in a space, if they missed out is also not in a worry. Here, if you use a garbage collection inside the Java, so it is automatically clearing all the spaces, everything, and then it gives you a best performance. So then we have any separate class for this, separate topic for this garbage collection. So how many types of garbage collections we have? Each and every garbage collection we are going to discuss very deeply. Like we have 4 types of garbage collections are there in the Java. So not into the middleware, it is Java. So because we use to the Java application servers, most of the cases in the Java parameters only we are changing. But you don't need to worry about that. I don't have the Java knowledge and all. So we will never write any single code into the Java. But at least we need to know that what the parameters we are changing. That we need to know. Okay. So now this are the 4 types of garbage collections we were discussing very deeply. Like the first one is there is 4 types of garbage collection. So we'll discuss about in deeply on those one. So the Java syntax is similar to the C++. So most of the cases C++ how the syntaxes we are writing. The similar way Java is also case sensitive. So variable called by valued by name of value or treated as a different variables. Okay, so then here whenever we start any okay, so then we are treating. Just give me 1 second, please. Okay, so this Java code also like the variables how we are calling. So in the the similar the similar way we used to call it the Java also. Okay, so that is the one more. So coming to the application server part, so then application servers like I'm just giving you one example like how this application server will be. Application server is like an operation theater, you can say that. So what exactly that operation theater contains? It provides the critical services like it have that oxygen, and that room contains as an oxygen. There's a number of monitors, ECGs, and pulse monitors and cylinders, the oxygen cylinders. Everything it contains, right? It is fully equipped. So means whoever joined. So for example, heart attack people has been joined in the hospital. What they will do in that ICU room? So they will put the oxygen mask, and then they will keep on checking the heartbeat, and then there's the pulse rate, everything. So then if everything is available inside the room, so then that is called here as an ICU. Means there no other people will be entered into that. So then here also will be the same. Your application server, it's like as an ICU. Okay, how that ICU contains. So now while these services are being taken care by operation theater, surgeon concentrate on performing the surgery. So there is a people was there. So then who built this operation theater? One of the builder has been built this one, and then one of the operation management will be equipped all this one, like the cylinders, monitors, everything they will put. So in application servers like SNE, While these services are being taken care by operation theater, surgeon concentrate on performing the surgery. So then surgeon, what exactly he will do? He is going to performing as in a surgery, because so I met with an accident, or some one guy is met with an accident. So then we just send him into the hospital. So then doctor, I mean, our doctor or the surgeon. So then he knows very well what that what is that tablet he needs to give, what is this anesthesia he needs to give, so that he knows everything comparing to the nurses or the other people. So then he know very well. So now here the surgeon is there, right? So the surgeon knows everything, when use this oxygen, when use the cylinder, when use the pulse monitor, when use the ECG monitor. So he know, because there is a small injury. So then anyway he also went inside that ICU. So then they will only stitch that injury and then he will send out. So that time he no need to worry to use of oxygen, and then he no need to worry use of cylinders and others. Okay. The same scenario in application servers. So coming to our part. So leave it that this one operation theater. So coming to our part in application servers. JVMs are there, Java virtual machines, node managers are there, clusters are there, JDBC are there, JMS are there, work managers are there, SSLs are there. Apart from that, there's a number of things. So then we have for each and every topic. So then how oxygen will work, how the JVM will work, how the cylinders will work, how the node manager will work, how the pulse monitor will work, how the cluster will work. For each and every single topic, we have two classes. One is for theoretical the entire day. The second day we are going for the practical. Okay, so like that we will proceed in this batch. Okay, so one is theoretical. So what is JVM? How this JVM this performance, or how this JVM will be configured, how the JVM parameters. So everything we will be completing in that JVM. So then we'll move to the, so it's not node manager. So that we will be topic wise. Okay. So these are the critical services also we have in applications. So then whenever required these critical services, that time only we'll use it. So I mean unnecessary we will not use it any critical services, right? So then as an admin, so we are as an administrator. So then we are learning this administration, right? So as an admin, you have to taking care of admin server and domain all required services. So what we need to take in care? So then we need to taking care about whether my domain is working or not. My domain contains this cluster. My domain contains this node manager. My domain contains this SSL. My domain contains this. These and all we have to concentrate. So how the operation management team, this one, hospital management team taken care by the cylinders and monitor room, that and all. The same way here we are the management team. We are an administrator. So then we need to take care that all these services are perfectly configured or not, all these services are is ready to use or not. Okay, so developer doesn't require anything, right? So as a surgeon, what he will do? So he entered into that operation theater, and then he will do the stitches if it is required, or he will do some heartbeat check if it is required, or he will do some doing some surgery if it is required. That is, if it is required, he will do it. But all these the critical services should need, right? Even surgeon doesn't even know that which service he want to use it. Like he want to use it cylinders, or he want to use it pulse monitor, or he want to use it oxygen mask and all. He know. But what operation this one hospital management people did it. So he kept it everything inside that operation theater. The same way, coming to the fifth point, as an administrator, as an WebLogic middleware administrator, you have to taking care of admin server and domain all required services. So then we need to make all these services are there in my domain or not. How that operation, this hospitality management team will taken care by all these things, whether oxygen cylinder having the full or not, and then pulse monitor is working or not, oxygen mask is available or not. So then how they are checking? The similar way we are also management team. So then we need to check taking care everything that is is all the services are fine or not. That we need to check. So now coming to the sixth point. Here surgeon is in a Java developer. Okay, so whoever are doing surgery to the this one patient, So then the patient will be different. Patient is like as in our request. Okay. So here the surgeon is a Java developer to develop as in a Java business applications. So to develop as in a Java language, Java applications, so which we are calling as a business applications. So now it's just a simple example that Flipkart.com or Amazon.com. So then we can able to check all the products, right? So men's related, women's related, child related, people related, whatever the product you can able to buy it into the Amazon. That's sure. So then even if you are not trusted to the Indian products, so then I want to purchase to the US products or UK products. That products also you can able to find it out into the image. So in that scenario, everything. So that business applications. So what the Amazon business, they are going to selling their products. Either they are giving some discount, or they are giving some cashback, or they are giving something extra. So nowadays Flipkart has introduced that pay later. So then how we have any credit card, so the pay later option. So that to attract the business customers. So that's called as a business application. So who will develop the business application? Here my Java developer has been developed by the business application. So this Java developer I am calling as a surgeon. Surgeon knows right that the what treatment I have to give to my patient. So even the Java developers knows that how they want to build their application to attract the customers. Now here the surgeon is nothing but a Java developer. So now the surgeon or you may say the developer needs to know that when to use the critical services. Okay, so now he want to use it in some services like JDBC he want to use it, or JMS he want to use it, or some other services he want to use it. So then he knows that because what we are trying to do, we are giving them all the services, but he are going to use the services. So now, so this is happening about. So what is our part in this area? Our part is to make sure that our application server is perfectly fine. So now the Java developer gives you the code, that code you have to deploy into server. So if you find it out any issues into the coding part, so then you have to revert it to the Java developer. So we no need to worry about the coding part. We no need to worry about this, the other taken care part. So then he will take care of it. So what we need to take care? We need to take care that our services is up and running or not. Our services is available or not for the Java developers. Okay, so this is what we need to do. So coming to the next one, application servers. So this application server introduced by 1990s. Yeah, after 1990s. Okay, so 1995 it is introduced the WebLogic application server. Even 1990s only this IBM also came into the picture. So they grouply combinedly introduced this application servers, IBM, Oracle, and this one Red Hat. So these people are Tomcat and all. So later on they started their own applications. IBM is starting their own WebSphere application server, and Oracle started their own OC4G application server. WebLogic started their own WebLogic application server. So later on WebLogic people will be merged with the BA systems in 1998. So this BA system also merged with Oracle in 2008. So now it's been 2018 completed. So it's been with the Oracle only. Okay, so like that, but this IBM people is not, they have not acquired anything. So, but still they, whatever that application server they started with, still there with the IBM WebSphere applications. Okay, so this is the introduction about the your application servers. Okay, next going to the e-commerce applications. So then we know that what the e-commerce application. Amazon, hope so everyone are using Amazon nowadays. So there are multiple comments are involved into this particular. So then we see that there is a search button, right? We seen that there is a login button, right? We seen that there is a cart button, right? We seen that there is a buy button and then add this product to the cart. So everything we are able to see it. So that are not piece. Okay. So that search button will be different and then cart button will be different. So cart button is not doing the search. Search button is not doing the cart. Okay. Which says that the payment gateways is there. Customer relationship management to track your feedback like comments and whichever you are giving. And SRM integration, there's a shipment integration, so which we can say that when that product is get delivered, and then where exactly my product, everything we are able to see. Okay, so now how we are using these e-commerce applications. So these e-commerce applications will be fully developed with the Java J2EE content. Okay, so we can say it's in a middleware. I'm not sure that whether it is in a WebLogic or WebSphere, but it is in a middleware. But I'm sure that I work with one of the bank, not one. I work with the multiple banks. So the first one will be, I can say that Indian Bank, HDFC. So then you are doing these transactions, right? ATM withdrawing and all. So these are all going to one of your WebLogic server. Okay. So then I work with one more Axis Bank. So that was they built with the WebSphere, and this one airlines domains is there, right? Mumbai International Airlines. So they are going to use with the WebSphere. So it's depend on their requirement and then their budget and all. They used to go to that. Okay, so then like your e-commerce applications also will be handled over this uh, middleware. Okay, so going to the next slide. So come, we'll discuss about the three-tier architecture. Okay, in the three-tier architecture, we have three different layers are there. Okay, the first one we are calling as in a presentation layer. The second one we are calling as in a business layer. The third one we are calling as in a data layer. So in the data layer, your database will be involved. The business layer, your application servers will be involved. Then the presentation layer, your web servers is getting involved. So whenever we are hitting www.facebook.com, so then we see one page, right? Saying that enter username, password, submit button, and in the left panel some image also we can see. Is that URL is getting changed anywhere in Andhra Pradesh? I'm opening the same URL in Bangalore. It is giving me this page. I'm opening the same page in somewhere in Telangana, or I'm opening the same page in somewhere in Mumbai, or Delhi, or Indore, wherever it is. It is giving the same page, which means the static page it is giving. Static pages will be coming from the web servers, which we are calling as a presentation layer. Okay, static pages which we are getting. www.gmail.com. It will ask you that enter username and password, submit button, forgot password, forgot username, and then sign up, sign in. So these and all. It's a static. If you are going to open anywhere in the India, so then you can see the same page, right? That we are calling as in a static pages. Static pages will be presented by the presentation layer, which we are calling as in a web servers. Web servers will be presented by the static pages. So here I can say that I have iPlanet, I have an Apache, I have an IAS, I have an IHS, and I have an OHS. So these are all the web servers we have in the market now. So then I am going to teach you here OHS, and then IHS, and IAS, and Apache. So iPlanet, it's old now, so then people are not using. But the running is an OHS, IHS, and IAS. So these three I am going to teach you, and then Apache also we will teach you. Apache is an open source, which means we don't need to pay any single rupee for the license and all. So then IAS is it is Microsoft. Obviously, we need to pay that amount to get the license. IHS is also from IBM, so we need to pay the license. And OHS is also from Oracle, so we need to pay the license. So then only Apache is an open source as now. So now coming to the business layers. So in the business layers, we have application servers come into the picture. Like I have WebLogic application server, WebSphere application server, Glassfish, Oracle, JBoss. So these are OC4J. So these are our application servers. Okay. So this application server, what exactly will do? So it is doing the business logic, business execution. So the presentation layer, which just open the front end page to the end user. Thereafter, once he enter that username and password, it will be redirecting one page, right? So that is application server. So once we logged in, enter the gmail.com, so then we see that n number of mails. Where these mails are getting stored, that's stored into the data. So then in the mid layer, what exactly the compose mail, new mail we are sending it, sent items we can able to see it, draft we can able to see it. That are not your business layer. Business layer will give you the business. Who services? Gmail services. They are presenting to you over the business layer. The data layer will be whatever the data you send mails, receive mails, and everything will be showing into your business layer. So that this is the three-tier architecture. Most of the applications are most of the applications which we are using nowadays, that is running onto the three-tier architecture. So some of applications are there multi-tier architecture. So then there may be one more layer is there. I can say that authentication and authorization, LDAP layer. So then your username and password need to check right somewhere. That one more layer, multi-layer. So now 4 layers is there. So as now it is in a 3-layer, I'm calling this as in a 3-tier architecture. Most of the cases, 3-tier architecture will be there in the any of application. Understand right this slide? So just a web page which I'm just presenting to you. So web server can expose the static pages. I can say that you www.icicibank.com is there, right? If I'm entering here in the Bangalore, I can see the similar page. If I'm entering in somewhere in Andhra Pradesh, or if I'm entering somewhere in the Mumbai or Indore or Delhi or wherever it is, I'm seeing the same page. Which means that it is a static, which is not changing anywhere. So HTML pages are stored in the hard disk servers to the user. Okay, so we'll go to the in-depth place so then how this HTML pages will be stored. So that I'll help you how things will be happening under. So some type of way. So then if the page is not available or system is not available, so sometime we are getting as in a 404 exceptions, right? Which means that that particular server is not available or that particular page is not available which are you entering. So then recently who joined in this class itself. So then I've given to these people the different URL. So then basically, so this is the URL. They joined, all people have joined. So then at the first time what I sent to them, https://global dot meeting. I forgot to mention this go to. Okay, so then they're not able to access it because the page itself it is not there. After that I sent the correct one and they all people have been joined. So this is how things will be happening. Okay, this is how the things will be happening. For the web server part. So coming to the next one, this is hardware. So we need to discuss about it. That's clear, right? What is a web server? What is a 3-tier architecture and e-commerce and application servers? So this is high level. I'm just giving you what exactly it is. But when we are going to the class part, so that time I will go in deep. So then what exactly it will happen? So that we will discuss in deep. Okay, so now coming to the hardware. So most of you know that what is mean by hardware. Can I say my mobile is a hardware? Can I say my mouse is a hardware? Can I say my laptop is a hardware? Obviously, it is a hardware. So it contains one hard disk. It contains mouse pad. It contains keyboard. It contains the monitor. It contains somewhere the RAM. So these and all I'm calling as a hardware. So this hardware I'm installing one of the software on top of this. Okay, whenever you are purchasing any new laptop, that time it does not contain any operating system. What you are trying to do, you are loading the Windows 7 or Windows 10 or whatever it is. That means it is an operating system. So this part it is an operating system. So each and every people having their own operating system. So when you come into the Oracle, so Sun OS is there, Solaris OS is there from Oracle. When you go to the IBM, so AIX is a most powerful operating system from IBM is there. So then when you coming to the Oracle again, OEL Oracle Enterprise Linux is there. When you come with the Red Hat, so Red Hat they're having their own RHL Linux is there. But now this Red Hat matched with the IBM. Okay, so then we have our Red Hat operating systems comes with the IBM Red Hat now. Okay, so now it's not fully matched as now, but it is moving. Means next 5 to 6 months, it fully matched with the IBM. Already everything is happened, so it may take some time to match with the IBM. Okay, so thereafter Microsoft. So then everyone knows that Microsoft, because we have most of the user-based operating system is in a Microsoft, which we are using nowadays. So these are the server part. HP they're having their own servers, Blade servers. Dell having their own servers, not systems. It is servers. Okay, servers is different, systems is different. Linux having their own Red Hat servers, and Sun servers they're having. So this hardware we are purchasing. On top of this hardware, we are installing the software. On top of this software, we are installing whatever the software we require. So then first I purchased the laptop which does not contain any operating system. After that I installed one operating system. After that, I installed Skype. After that, I installed Putty. After that, I installed whatever the softwares which are required to be. That are not like it. So that's called. Okay. So coming to the infrastructure part. So IBM was ruling the market around in 2010 before, even in 2012 also. IBM was ruling market. So then even IBM never go to the service base. IBM never goes to the services because they're having their own IHS web server. They're having their own application server. They're having their own database. That scenario, why I need to go to the service. So then whoever the customer comes to me, then I tell them key. So then I have everything with me. So then I will go for the hardware, and then I will give you for the support. I have my developers. I will maintain your applications. I will maintain your web servers. I will maintain your database. You just pay that amount, but the price is very high there. So then anyway, people are keep on going to the IBM only that time. So later on, when the Oracle has been big fight with IBM that time. Okay, so because Oracle doesn't have this, even nowadays also, if anyone says that Oracle, it's a database. If anyone you ask that what is Oracle, Oracle is in a database. That's it. Oracle doesn't even know that the products what it contains. But now coming to the Oracle, Oracle is ruling the market nowadays. Even IBM, whatever the product company, it became to the service now. Most of the cases, 90%, it's not 90%, it's 60% of this IBM projects are running Oracle products. 60% of the IBM projects are running Oracle products. So then even I got an IBM offer recently. So then by January I'm going to join. So then that is also Oracle WebLogic admin. I've joined as I'm going to join with IBM as an Oracle WebLogic. So then you think that how that IBM became it. Because why that much is happened. So when you go to the IBM product, any product, so then it is not, I can say that the price, the license price is very high. And the second thing is it is not any user friendly. It is an user friendly, but comparing to the Oracle product, it is not user friendly. Okay, so that is the reason. So then even Oracle people, Oracle doesn't have this what you can see that that type of infrastructure. So Oracle, what they were doing, Oracle having their own this one OC4G application server, and then their database. So they are depending with the Apache. So Apache is an open source, right? So later on, this iPlanet they merged with the Oracle. Sun Systems is an iPlanet. So then they have their own web server. They have their own application server after migration of this one Oracle WebLogic. WebLogic with Oracle. So then they have their own DB. So now finally they have their own application server, which is Oracle OHS, Oracle HTTP server. They have their own application server, Oracle WebLogic. They have their own database. Customer, you don't need to pay for all these three licenses. You just pay for the database license. We will give it to you these two as a free, and then we will give you lifetime support. But if you go to the IBM, it is not in. So then you have to pay for the support every year. For that itself, Oracle became into ruling the market nowadays. Even IBM also recruiting Oracle admins, Oracle WebLogic admins for their services. Okay, so now IBM also having a number of openings for Oracle WebLogic. So now not only this one, so then IBM also having their applications. It's a popular only. So still few of the companies are using. I mean not still. So most of the major companies are still using IBM MQ, IBM WebSphere. Okay. So now the coming to this one. This is the part. The finally Oracle they built their own infrastructure. OHS, Oracle WebLogic, and Oracle. How they're having this one? The finally they came into the market around 2014. So they have their own all these things. Okay. So going to this one, the versions, Oracle WebLogic 10.3.0, 10.3.01, 02, 03, 05, 06, and 12 series this one. And coming to the IBM WebSphere, so we have 6.5, 7.0, 7.5, 80, 8.5 are there. So that also we can able to go for that. So that slide I don't have. Okay, so the latest is a 9 also has been released by the IBM. But here in the WebLogic 12.2.13 has been released by the WebLogic. So this is what about the introduction. I'm not discussed about the what is WebSphere, what is WebLogic. I've just discussed about the middleware infrastructure. That's it. Okay. So this is what we have done it now. Okay. So you have any questions or anything else here? So then you can ask me so that I can help you to understand your queries.